My name is Michael DeLue. Today is Monday, October 17th. Today is episode 105 of Pull Up the Tape. I'm really excited to get into today's politics. So many amazing things happen in the NFL and just in the sports world in general. And I'm really excited to be covering this. Today's the start of a new journey because of the simple fact that moving forward, I'm going to be releasing a podcast at least six times a week at the bare minimum. The NBA is coming back tomorrow, which means it'll be primetime games on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Fridays, all days that the NFL does not play on. So, I have so much more to talk about now. And, now I can start, editing clips and all these different things. So I'm very excited. I definitely feel like today is going to be the start of something beautiful, and I'm going to catapult this channel and my sports brand into the very next stratosphere. And with that being said, I'm just jump right into the politics of today's episode. The Buffalo Bills, Bills Nation, Bills Mafia defeated the Kansas City Chiefs yesterday, 24-20 in Arrowhead Stadium, okay? And the Bills get some revenge for what happened in last year's divisional playoff game against the Chiefs, where the Chiefs tied the game up with just 13 seconds left in the game. Tied the game up with 13 seconds left, got the ball, and scored on the very first possession of overtime. And, I want to give credit to where credit is due, and I want to give a shout out to the Buffalo Bills for playing a complete game and for winning at Arrowhead. For those, I want people to put things into perspective and understand, the Bills are a very good team, and also this isn't the Bills' first time beating Kansas City. The Bills beat Kansas City in Kansas City in the same situation last year. They won at home. They beat Kansas City on the road. They beat them in Arrowhead. So that's why, the Bills have the mindset we're a complete team and we can beat them in the playoffs, but unfortunately they didn't. And I want to be the first to say, yesterday's game was a perfect indication of why I honestly feel like this next statement is a true statement. I feel like if the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills play each other 10 times, it's going to be a 5-5 split. The Bills will win 5 times. The Kansas City Chiefs will win 5 times. There's going to be various things because typically when you have two really good teams that are of the same caliber, same level, it's a matter of 1 or 2 plays or 1 or 2 penalties in certain situations that typically decides the game. And yesterday just proved to me that it's official now. It's not even. Yesterday proved it. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna say the playoff game last year proved it that Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes are a tier above every other quarterback in the NFL. There was a point where it was Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, and then it was the rest. That's what it is now. It's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and then the rest. The rest, they're tier 1, and the rest would be Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers. That's tier 2. I don't really know who else you want to put in tier 2, but that's tier 2. And then there's tier 3 guys or whatever the case may be. But let me say something about how evenly matched yesterday's game was. So in 3.5 hours of football, right? The Bills had 318 passing yards. The Chiefs had 319 passing yards. The Bills had 6.2 yards per play. The Chiefs had 6.3 yards per play. The Bills had 26 first downs. The Chiefs had 23 first downs. Time of possession, the Chiefs had 29 minutes. The Bills had 31 minutes. They were both identical on third down, 4 of 11. And that just it just goes to show that these two teams are evenly matched. So if anyone wants to say, "Oh, I have this team winning," or whatever the case may be, I don't. And if they meet or when they meet again in the playoffs, I don't think that I can't buy that, because like I said, this game the Chiefs could have easily won this game, and the Bills could have the same way. It's I don't know. You got to kind of pick your poison with what you like and what you don't like. And I mean, it doesn't surprise me that the Bills were able to win. The Bills are the most complete team in. I still want to give the Bills the edge because I feel like the Bills defense is a little bit more complete, and I definitely feel like not having Tyreek Hill is completely different. It makes the Chiefs offense look way more different. And then on the opposite side, the Bills now have Von Miller, so that takes their defense to a whole different level. And man, Josh Allen showed why he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL yesterday. He was able to handle the blitz that KC sent on numerous occasions and make the right play. He led his team down the field to score a game-winning touchdown through the touchdown pass to Dawson Knox, which is an incredible story because Dawson Knox has been through a lot in the past 6 months. So, and one of the things that I noticed that, and exactly why I said, you got to pick your poison. The Bills can win 5 games. The Chiefs can win 5 games. It's because of the simple fact that yesterday, for the first time since I don't know when, the Buffalo Bills had some sort of semblance of a running game. Devin Singletary had 74 yards on the ground, and it took pressure off of Josh Allen. Devin Singletary usually has like 30, 40. Like the Chiefs, Josh Allen is usually the Bills' passing and running game. So the fact that Josh Allen can take reps off, take plays off, and just hand the ball off and get decent yards is incredible. And that honestly might have been one of the reasons why they won. And the Bills defense, honestly, I have to give credit to where credit is due. The Bills defense, and specifically the Bills defensive line, when they needed a play and they needed crucial stops, they were able to get it. And then Von Miller, when he was able to sack Patrick Mahomes to get them the ball for Josh Allen to go down the field and score that touchdown, that dip and bend move that he did to get to Patrick Mahomes was incredible. Like, I don't think people really now of course people understand. Von Miller really takes this defense to a completely different level. Von Miller is what you call a closer. He can go out there and get you a sack, go out there and be the difference in a close game and put the opposing quarterback on the floor. Von Miller, Shaq Lawson, Ed Oliver, the defensive unit, man, hey, shout out to them. And then for getting the game-winning interception, that's incredible. That is incredible. And I know this is going to do a lot for the Bills' confidence, knowing, like, you know what, we can go into this place and beat this team. But the biggest thing for the Bills is knowing that this is one step closer to getting an AFC championship game in Buffalo for the first time in like what, since like the mid-90s, since like 96 or whatever the case may be, when the Bills went to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row. That's probably the last time. That span is probably the last time they've ever had hosted an AFC championship game. So with the way they were playing yesterday, they're one step closer to making that happen. I mean, Patrick Mahomes yesterday, he was brilliant. He was brilliant. He played a good game. Juju Smith was making plays. I mean, it was a close game. So honestly, like I can, the same way I can give good to how I can praise the Bills for winning, it's the same way I can praise the Chiefs, because the Chiefs could have easily won that game as well, whatever the case may be. I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, this is what we love to see. I could watch the Bills and the Chiefs play like fucking 20 times. I could watch them play every single week. Every single week I can watch them play because I know it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. Both of these, man, two well-built teams, two perfectly and great. We're so lucky to be able to see this for hopefully the next 10, 15 years. I don't know, to both these dudes get old, because I feel like they were drafted maybe 1 or 2 years apart, if I'm not mistaken. I think Mahomes is 2017 and Josh Allen is 2018. Or is he 2019? He's 2018. Is he? Josh Allen is Baker's class. But anyways, to the next game. So the Philadelphia Eagles took on the Dallas Cowboys, and the Eagles were able to pull out the victory and win 26-19. They went into the half leading 20-3 by dominating in the first half. And it's crazy. I don't want to say it's crazy, but I'm genuinely shocked at what I see from Jalen Hurts on a week in and week out basis, because he as a player and as a quarterback, he's grown so much since when we first seen him at burst onto the scene in Alabama in like 2016, because I remember when he took over for Blake Barnett against USC, and then he never looked back, and he was a starting quarterback until he lost his job to Tua. Then he transferred to Oklahoma. And now he's in the position he is now. And the Eagles are sitting pretty at 6-0 right now. And Philly, like there isn't too much I can honestly say that say bad about Philly. Like, even though I honestly do not think as well as they're playing right now, I honestly do not see the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, or even I don't know. I don't know. I'm getting one and done vibes from the Eagles in the playoffs. We'll see. I mean, the Eagles have so much more time to continue to make statements to the rest of the league and impose their dominance and let people know, they're here and they're here to stay. They're for real. They're ferocious, whatever the case may be. But, man, in the first half of yesterday's game on Sunday Night Football, Philly dominated. The offensive line was excellent. And one thing about Philly's offensive line, and it was quite apparent in yesterday's game, Philly's offensive line is going to dominate majority of the opponents they play. They're going to dominate majority of the opponents they play. They're going to give Jalen Hurts more than enough time to get the ball to A.J. Brown, who is a fucking animal. They're going to give him a lot of time to get the ball to A.J. Brown. They're going to give him a lot of time to get the ball to Devontae Smith. And they're going to give Miles Sanders excellent holes to run through. And then Dallas Goedert is going to get open and do what he does best. So at this point of the season, Philly's offense looks potent, looks dangerous. And then when you have your defense making plays the way they were doing in the first half of yesterday's game, it's incredible, honestly. And then the defense man, Cooper Rush was fucking dog shit. This nigga had a passer rating of 1 in the first half of yesterday's game. He had a passer rating of 1. I have never seen no shit like you can't even do that. Nigga had a passer rating of 1. 2 interceptions in the first half, which led to the Eagles getting on the board. But that was like when the Eagles offense looks like that. And the thing about the Eagles is they play complementary football. The Eagles typically put together good performances on both ends of the. Unlike my team, the Eagles put together complementary. They play complementary football. The offense complements the defense. Defense complements the offense. When the offense gets extra possessions, they take advantage of it. They score, and this is why the Eagles are, in my opinion, the second best team in the NFL. I still would take. I would take the Bills to beat the Eagles any day of the week, any fucking day of the week. Let me get to the Cowboys. Because even though the Cowboys did lose, and I genuinely dislike the Dallas Cowboys. I genuinely dislike the Cowboys. So anytime I do have to give them credit, it's not something I like to do. But, as the unbiased journalist that I am, and, just because this is what I have to do. This is what I have to do. I can't be one of these clown ass niggas on these major networks that doesn't keep it real and doesn't keep it honest and doesn't whatever the case may be, because that's never been my MO. I'm an honest guy to my core. When niggas be at my studio, I tell them the truth. This shit is ass. This shit is whack, whatever the case may be. So, I keep it real, keep it honest with majority of the things I do, all right? I learned a lot about the Dallas Cowboys yesterday. The Dallas Cowboys are going to be a problem. And I say this because of the simple fact that the Dallas Cowboys in the first half got socked in the mouth. And they responded well to the adversity. Like, Cooper Rush, yesterday in the first half, he looked like a backup quarterback. And with that being said, yesterday was his final game. God forbid, unless, Dak Prescott gets hurt again. Yesterday is probably the final game we're going to see him play all season, hopefully, for the sake of the Cowboys fan. But with that being said, he did his job. I mean, he went 4-1 as a starter. And I specifically and distinctly remember Dak Prescott getting hurt, and every single media outlet, including myself, saying the Cowboys season is over. There's no way they're gonna be able to weather the storm until Dak gets back. But that's exactly what happened. And then they won 4 games, and then even in yesterday's game, they showed that they have the qualities of a very strong-minded, strong-willed team and a team that's not going to quit. They stormed back, scored 17 unanswered points to make the game 20-17. How did they do this? And part of the reason why this was able to happen is because, this is one of the things that I've seen, and this is obviously just football. If your starters don't stay healthy, you're not going to be a good team. Lane Johnson, right? Who's one of the best tackles in the NFL, who was tasked with, keeping Micah Parsons in check, which for the majority of the first half he did, got hurt. Micah Parsons turned into Lawrence Taylor and started terrorizing the offensive line. He was making play. In the third quarter, the Eagles had 9 yards of offense in the whole third quarter, while the Cowboys had almost 200. Michael Park, they had two quick drives, 2 3-and-outs, or they didn't have any meaningful offense or any meaningful possessions in the third quarter simply because Micah Parsons was dominating his one-on-one matchup in that quarter and getting and disrupting the Eagles' offense. What did that allow the Cowboys to do? Cowboys then took those possessions and made sense and made it make sense. Zeke scored a touchdown. Who else scored a touchdown? I can't remember who scored the second touchdown. I think the tight end or whatever the case may be. But then the Cowboys were able to cut it to 17, cut it to a 3-point game, 1-possession game. But then why I speak so highly of Jalen Hurts now is because, against a really, really good Cowboys defense, which that's what the Cowboys are. Cowboys have a ferocious defensive line led by Chandler Parsons. They have good DBs. Their linebackers make plays all over the Cowboys defense is no joke. He leads his team down, finds A.J. Brown, connects with Devontae Smith. Miles Sanders does his shit. And then when the Eagles' offense is clicking and firing on all cylinders, they're honestly very, very, very hard to stop. And that led to the touchdown that they were able to get. And honestly, the defense, like as I said with the Cowboys, the defense is elite. And for the majority of the second half, they kept the Eagles' offense in check. And that's one of the only things that I really can, when I sit and look at the Eagles, it's like, man, they don't really they take their foot off the gas in the second half of games. And as a number one contending team and a team that has Super Bowl aspirations, that's not something that you can get accustomed to doing and even want to get comfortable doing. That's bad. That's not a good look. But whatever the case may be, the Eagles are sitting at 6-0. The Cowboys are at 4-2. And the Cowboys are actually sitting third in the division right now because the Giants are 5-1 right now. Who the fuck would have saw that coming? It's funny how we consistently trashed NFC East, and now they have three of the best teams. Well, on paper, three of the best teams in the NFL. I don't know how the fucking Giants keep winning games, but I need to go pull up the tape on the Giants and watch some of their games because I've watched 2 of their games this season, but honestly wasn't really too impressed. But it is what it is. And the last thing I want to get into is Devin the Dream Haney. All right, so Devin Haney on Saturday beat George Kambosas Jr. again. All right, and I want to be the first to say that it seemed, man, this is one of the things that I dislike the most about boxing. It seems like we don't have too many dudes like Devin Haney anymore. And when I say dudes like Devin Haney is going to lace it up and strap it up with anybody, anywhere, anytime. It don't fucking matter. Okay, and it seems like there's a lot of guys that aren't like that anymore, and it's quite apparent. Like it's very apparent. This is what the UFC has over boxing. The best dudes are gonna fight each other, hands down, without a question. The best dudes will fight each other. Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards are running it back. There ain't no ducking and dodging. You can't run from the smoke. Boxers, you can run from the smoke, and that's why I respect Devin Haney so much. Look. George Kambosas, first of all, he made it impossible. He made it damn near impossible for Devin Haney to fight him in Australia, whatever the case may be. They made the fight happen. Devin Haney won. Showed out, was excellent, dominated in the first fight. In the first fight, he just dominated with his left jab, honestly. Just in the first fight, he was just dominating him with his left hand. That's damn near all he needed to win the fight. And this time around, oh my God, he fucking battered Kambosas. As I was watching the fight, because I'm watching it at Dave & Buster's. I'm watching the fight. I'm watching the Dodgers game. I'm watching Deontay Wilder fight. I'm watching the USC game, and I'm watching Devin Haney just go out there and just, hey man, he wore Kambosas out. That shit was bad. Kambosas bleeding out of both ears, mouth busted up, eye busted up. Nigga looked like he got his put on. He looked like he got jumped by 8 niggas. I'm like, God damn, Devin Haney putting it on. And then as the fight keeps going on and on, I'm like, man, Devin Haney was wearing him out and almost put him down in the later rounds. Like, almost put him down. Like, it was so many times where he hurt him. So many times where he had him just, oh, my God. It got so bad where I was just like, you know what? Maybe Kambosas' team should consider, throwing in a towel and protecting their fighter because, obviously he just does not have it today. Today's not it. Today's not it. He doesn't have it. It doesn't look like he wants. And then you could visibly see this man is trying his hardest to win this fight. And he's just getting dominated by a fighter like almost, 6-7 years younger than him? Hey, Devin Haney is a problem with a capital. I'm pushing P. That's my favorite alphabet. Devin Haney's a problem. I'm pushing P. That's my favorite alphabet. And, if, in my opinion, if Devin Haney would have hit Kambosas with a couple clean body shots, he would have got him up out of there. Devin Haney sat in the pocket for the majority of the fight, took more chances. Kambosas was initiating a lot of the clinches, and even in the clinches, Devin Haney was trying to get out of him, just pummel this nigga's face. It just, and I want to say something. All of the commentators that were calling that fight can all suck my dick. It was clear they didn't like Devin Haney for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know why people hate on young black men that's trying to just be great. Essentially, I don't know. It seems like just in every single field, every single sport, every single walk of life, whatever the case may be, a black man trying to be great is always met with some sort of scrutiny, some sort of criticism, or whatever the case may be. Let's be 1,000, man. Devin Haney is one of the best fighters in the world right now, man. This isn't up for debate, up for question. Hey, man, look. What are the haters going to say now? Email Bell. Now he's the undisputed champion. The youngest undisputed champion right now. Boring. He's a boring fighter. He put together one of the best performances in all year in boxing. Dominated fucking Kambosas. What are they going to say now? Pillow-fisted? He nearly knocked this nigga out and had him hurt over and over and over and over and over again. Did way more damage than Teofimo did. And Teofimo's supposed to be that heavy hitter, that nigga with the knockout power. What are they going to say now? What are you going to say now? Devin Haney's the youngest undisputed champion. Here's the thing about Devin Haney. He not ducking who wants to smoke with us? Who wants to smoke with me, nigga? He said it, nigga. I will fight Vasily Lomachenko. I will fight Teofimo Lopez. I will fight Gervonta Davis, bro. He ain't ducking no smoke from nobody, nigga. Nigga, Devin Haney said, nigga, who wants to smoke with me? Who wants to smoke with me? Hey, Devin Haney's a problem. I'm pushing P. That's my favorite alphabet. And I was just honestly impressed, man. That guy's gonna be here to stay, man. He looked, bro. Yesterday he looked like the second coming of Floyd, nigga. He looked like the second coming of Pretty Boy Floyd. Oh my God, Devin Haney. Devin Haney's a nigga, man. With that being said, that's gonna conclude episode 105 of Pull Up the Tape. Long live my brother. I do this for you every single day. I love you and I miss you. Long live Nip. May the marathon continue. Long live Pop Smoke. Whoa. Long live Kobe. Long live Gigi. Long live Mac Miller. Long live Vaughn. Free Chef G. Free Pooh Shiesty. I'm out this bitch. It's comeback season. My foot is on these niggas' necks. I'm applying pressure, and I'm not stopping until I have the top spot, all right? Hey, catch me on the flip side. I'm out this bitch.